Well, hello everyone. I hope this Employee Center introduction video was enough to warm you up a bit for the cold winter morning today. This is Smriti Gupta, Outbound Product Manager with Unified Employee Experience Team, and welcome to another interesting session for Employee Center Academy. It's a live and ServiceNow series, and we are doing the November 2024 session with you today. Happy Wednesday, all. So this Employee Center Academy series is a series of monthly event where the product and engineering team from the Unified Employee Experience team comes on call and provides you a deep dive on any of the features and capabilities. Our previous sessions, we have covered some really interesting topics such as employee news, curated experiences, feedback capability, search configurations, and many more. You can access or revisit any of our previous sessions. The recordings are available on YouTube and our Employee Center Community Product Hub. The link is there on the screens. And yeah, do register one time to be notified for any of the future sessions. Some ground rules for today's session. So these sessions are for you. Please, as you're consuming the content that we are delivering, please feel free to drop in your questions in the Q&A panel and interact as much as you can. If you have any comments or thoughts regarding whatever we are presenting, please do drop in your comments in the chat panel and only your questions in the Q&A panel. We won't be able to monitor the chat panel for questions. So in case you're dropping your questions there, we might miss that out. Yeah. And the session is being recorded, and the session recording and slide deck will be available on community as well as YouTube. The SLA is typically 7 to 10 days. So, today's interesting topic is guided self-service in Employee Center. I know we have been kind of giving a sneak peek of this topic in our previous sessions as well, and all of you are super excited for having a deep dive on this session. So, for the agenda, we'll be covering a brief introduction to guided self-service. What is the front end experience and the admin experience? We'll be going through a live demo as well, and some of the best practice recommendations. So, I'm super glad to introduce you all to the host for the session today, Pavan, who is a senior inbound product manager with Unified Employee Experience team. Besides Pavan, I'm joined by Pooja Gupta and Upasna, who will be supporting the Q&A. So over to you, Pavan, to continue with your introduction and the session.
Hey folks, thank you for joining in. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Pawan. Okay, let's get started. Thanks, Smriti. Um, okay, so let's dive deep into guided self-service. Okay, let's start by understanding key challenges that organizations face today. Employees struggle with complex topics like benefits enrollment because traditional knowledge articles are often lengthy and difficult to navigate. And organizations also want to provide intuitive experiences, but struggle with handling complex and high volume topics. Frontline workers often don't know how to phrase questions to get help they need from chatbots. Each of these barriers creates friction in employee experience and increases workload on the support teams. So, what is guided self service? At its core, it's an interactive, step-by-step Q&A experience designed specifically for high complex scenarios that I'll walk you through. Guiding employees through visual Q&A to help them self-serve is the core of this experience. It also understands users' needs through structured questions rather than a free-form chat, connecting users directly to the relevant catalog items, articles, or instructions, making it easy for business teams to maintain. Here you can see a typical leave request flow. It starts with a simple question. What are the benefits leave in? And then it, based on a option that you select, it presents a set of another question. For each of this path, it guides employee to exactly what they need, whether that's a knowledge article, catalog item, or an instruction that you want to show. And this experience is familiar. This concept is used by leading consumer brands and use a similar approach. Example, you have Columbia and also brands like Patagonia, where they both guide em- consumers to the right jacket or to the find the right item that they need. They break down complex choices into simple steps, exactly what we want to do for employee services. So Columbia uses this for helping customers find the perfect jacket, and Patagonia has something very similar, uh, where they help you pick the outdoor gear. So these examples show you how effective guided navigation can be for complex decision makings. I also have like seen Hoka do it on the site where they help you pick the right shoe for running, right? So we've taken the best practices from consumer experiences and applied them to enterprise scenarios. Okay, let me break down the key benefits, right? Mostly, at its core, it reduces support workload by empowering employees with self-serve tools because they get the right catalog or an article that they want that they're trying to find. Also, faster problem resolutions. Guided self-service accelerates issue resolution by providing immediate step-by-step guidance. Unlike traditional knowledge articles or search, users are guided directly to the relevant solutions. Increased accuracy because it's a structured approach. So guided self-service ensures that the consistency is there by using again, with the step-by-step approach that we have. And enhanced user experience for non-conversational scenarios. While virtual agents excel at quick Q&A, guided self-service is purpose-built for complex, multi-step process. It's ideal for situations where structured visual approach is more effective than chat-based interactions. Think of it as having a knowledgeable worker or a agent who's guiding you through each step of a complex process. Okay, now let's see guided self-service as an action from employee perspective. So guided self-service has this clean, intuitive UI where questions are shown in a step-by-step process and it is easy to navigate. It is powered by playbooks with pre-built activities and templates for guided self-service. So playbooks is a platform feature. It is available to all the customers. And guided self-service flows can be set up as a quick link or we've built a separate widget so you can use that. So guided self-service can be accessed as quick links on homepage, making it easily accessible for common tasks, or you can place them on a topic page, right, with that specific help for within that different service areas. How it helps so that you can use it for that in-moment help that they need. For our frontline workers using kiosks, guided self-service is especially powerful because the interface is optimized for touchscreens. Questions are presented in a simple way. All the guidance is available right at the kiosk. No need to navigate any menus or type long questions. So, guided self-service can direct employees to three types of resources currently. One, a catalog item for making a specific service request, or a knowledge article for a detailed information around policies that you want to show them, or to an instruction for step-by-step guidance. So this flexibility ensures that users get exactly what they need. I'll take a pause here to see if you have any questions before I move ahead to the admin experience of this part.
No, we've been addressing questions so far. Just for the recording's sake, everything that you're seeing for guided self-service is included with an Employee Center standard license, so you don't need a pro license or anything else. It's all platform.
Thanks, Pooja. Okay, moving ahead with the admin experience. So now let's take a look at how easy it is to set up guided self-service. We leverage Process Automation Designer, which means you don't have to code anything. It has a visual workflow builder, which is Workflow Studio. And we also have specific pre-built templates or activities, as they call it, Process Automation Designer for employee center cases. And these are easy to maintain and update. You can do it anytime. So first, let's see how you can do it, right? You start with a specific question that you have, and then you can use the questionnaire activity to frame that question and add multiple choice answers for that. Then you can connect the questions to a decision activity and create branches from the decision activity to the appropriate endpoints. In this case, as I've shown earlier, catalog item, knowledge article, or an instruction. Okay, I'll show you how this experience looks for an end user. Okay, so let me introduce you to Sarah, a new employee who recently joined. Like many employees, Sarah needs to make some important decisions about finding her benefits, and she's feeling overwhelmed with all the options. In past, Sarah would have to read through lengthy knowledge articles or navigate multiple portals, contact HR multiple times, or wait for responses to make a decision. But today, Sarah's experience is different thanks to guided self-service. On the home page, you can see that there are links directly to a guided self-service where this is one of the ways where we surface guided self-service right where employees need it on the homepage. We also have a guided self-service widget that you can add on the homepage. And guided self-service can also be added on topic pages. I have guided self-service here on a topic page within a guided self-service widget. Let's see. So Sarah clicks on Know Your Benefits, and she's presented with clear options of what they're trying to look for. It's enrolling in benefits, or they're checking the existing benefits or updating beneficiaries. Let's say Sarah selects enrolling in benefits. Guided self-service shows a sequence of questions about all the benefits that is available. And let's say she's planning on 401k enrollment. You can navigate and guide to 401k catalog item. Let's say once you start a request, it shows the guided self-service catalog item on the same screen. So all the responses are here previously that are there, and it's shown for them. Now let's say if they want to change anything, they have that option to change that anytime during the flow. So just checking, and they want to try the dental insurance. Or they can go back and change this to 401k by clicking on this pencil icon. So this way, anytime it's easy for them to change the options that they have selected or start over all again. So let me quickly show you how easy it is to design this experience in the admin side. Before I go to that, so this same experience, you can add it in the kiosk as well. So I have a time off request guide here, which is a guided self-service. So the experience is tailor-made for kiosk experience. So you don't have to create another question or another branch. It's the same one that you can tag it to the kiosk taxonomy. Yeah. you all, as you see, you can have that options and it leads you to either a catalog item or a knowledge article. I'll show you how to create this experience in the platform. When you install the plugin, you get guided self-service and employee center. So we are shipping two out of the box guided self-service processes, one for know your benefits and the another is a time off request that you can use at any time for you to reference back. So I've shown you know your benefits. So let me take you through software access. So the moment you create, you can select where you want this guided self-service, who should this be available for, or who should not be available for. Also, you can assign this to a specific topics. You can add it to a specific topic inside a taxonomy, or you can switch up the taxonomies as you like. Let me quickly edit this software access process that I've shown you. So here I have a branching for software access that I've created. Notice that you see there is a questionnaire activity that I have here. Let me quickly take you through this. So I have my questions here with my options that I wanted it to be shown. Once I add a question, I select this, I take this branch this question to a decision. And this decision creates branches where if you select development tools, it takes you to a development tools branch. If you take design and media software, it takes you to design tools branch. So you can map that particular process clearly with the branching conditions that you have. So here I have added the conditions for branching and it takes you to another questionnaire. Like that, you can frame your questions, branch your question to a decision activity, and then from then on, you can either take it to another question or a decision activity or a catalog or a software item. So let me quickly show you how you can add a catalog item. So when you click on adding a new activity, you see two new activities designed specifically for guided self-service and employee center. One is catalog item as a guidance or a knowledge article guidance. When you click on catalog item guidance, you can select the relevant catalog item. And when you select the knowledge article, you have to give the correct knowledge article. So here I have a catalog item for IntelliJ IDEA. So I've picked the catalog item here. So you can pick any of the catalog items that you have. And if you want to allow users to change the options, you have to select run always option so that end users can change the options as many times as they like. We also have another guidance called as instruction guidance that shows you what you can do. So here I have a simple instruction added. So this is a very simple instruction. You can change it anytime you want. You don't have to go through knowledge. You don't have to add anything. So let me just quickly add an image here. Okay, I've added an image. So this is how you can add images. You can add links to other resources that you want. You can send them to any other applications that you have, anything. So let me show you how this guided self-service works. So I have my software access guided self-service. So before any time you make a change, you have to click on activate so that your latest changes are reflected. You notice that it shows it as active, which means the latest changes are applied. So I'll select development tools, and if I pick JetBrains, it should show me an instruction activity. Here it shows an instruction activity and also the latest image that I've added. Let's say I want to pick Microsoft Visual Studio. That place the end user can edit this response and change their option. And they see a catalog item for Microsoft Visual Studio. Or they wanted a non-standard software. So you can guide them to a knowledge article. So here I have a knowledge article for a non-standard software. So so this is how you can guide employees and your users to any catalog item, knowledge article that they have. So here I've shown you like simple cases, but you can create as specific cases as you want. Let's say instead of Sarah was looking at benefits enrollment, but now someone wants to know about 401k. So you can create a guided self-service presenting 401k options, like how do they enroll in the plan, or what are the different types of options that are available for their contributions, or how do they contribute? Is it a percentage? What happens when they change it, a percentage of salary or a fixed dollar amount? So you can make guided self-service for as specific use case as possible or as broad as possible. So it depends on how you want to solve that for you. Now, all this is available in a dashboard and the user experience analytics dashboard that we have built for guided self-service, where you can track how your guided self-service are performing. So we have page views, we have average sessions that you can do, and you can look at the events to see how it is performing. So here you have top events that you can look at. Let's say how each of your catalog item is performing so that you can see how users are interacting with your guided self-service that you have created and which one gets most utilization, which one gets the least utilization, which catalog item is used very frequently or picked. Based on that, you can make those changes. You can also maybe simplify that self-service option for them for these specific items. The same that you can see for knowledge articles as well. So which knowledge article gets most clicks and how many guided self-service are completed. All this information is available in this dashboard. I'll take a pause here to see any questions. If you want me to repeat or show anything again, I can take you through that.
So one question, Pavan, is in this screen itself, if someone says other software, can you show multiple knowledge articles? So more than one article as an output.
They can show it if the first one is not helpful, but ideally it should be like one. So here you can add another knowledge articles here. So you can show multiple knowledge articles. It's just that For this case, we've built only one.
Got it. And can you also just click on the knowledge article to just show how it opens up? So like, does it open up on the same page or somewhere else? So like people are asking to just see that
Yeah.
full flow.
So it opens in the same page. So both the catalog item and the knowledge article open in the same page.
And if you hit back over there, do you go back to the guided experience?
Yes, we go back to the guided experience.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Smriti, do you see any other question?
I think we are resolving them. Most of them are around how is it different from VA. I believe Pavan is already covering that.
Yeah, I will move to that one next. So thanks for that question. I think we keep hearing that and I understand it completely, right? So both guided self-service and VA have complex involve Q&A logic. They serve different purpose and excel in different scenarios. Guided self-service is designed for complex multi-step processes that I've shown right now. Best case example that I've give you is benefits enrollment. But this doesn't mean we are replacing your existing tools or existing VA, but they both are complementary. So you can build guided self-service options with more visual experiences. You can take that branching, all that. So it also gives you that step-by-step where VO it's difficult to do that in a chat or a conversational interface. And one of the key things is navigation, right? So the guided self-service navigation, it allows you to navigate back and forth between steps, which is crucial for complex decisions and nonlinear navigation. Is less intuitive in guided self-service due to the conversational uh, interface. So these are the major differences, but you can see the slide here. And so,
Going back to that slide, Pavan, if you could just go back. Just wanted to emphasize on a few things. Like we are seeing guided self-service to be more relevant in cases when the user is not necessarily willing to have a conversational experience. So it is a touch-friendly experience. That's why, for organizations who are catering to frontline workers, they often get more interested in a guided self-service experience because it's faster and you can get to the right answer quickly. And the conversational experience is also more relevant when you know what to ask. But the guided self-service is kind of giving you the question that you should be asking to go further. So the person doesn't have to ask the question. So that's one of the biggest differences between these two. Now, as the Gen AI technology will advance and will become a little bit more consumer grade for like all kinds of consumers, we might see these converge more. But at the moment, they are distinct, and it is in our roadmap consideration to bring them together, but not in the immediate roadmap. So for now, they will stay distinct. Thanks, Pavan.
thanks, Pooja. Moving to the next slide. So here are some examples that you can start implementing with guided self-service. So it can be password resets or benefits and leave requests that I've shown you, ordering office supplies or expense reimbursement, or reporting workplace safety concerns. So the guidance here is you can pick one high impact area to begin with and then expand based on your user feedback. And the deployment guidance currently is that the requirements are it requires employee center license, process automation designer, which is available with the platform. So you don't need extra license for that. And it should be on Xanadu. So you have to be on the latest Xanadu patch for using guided self-service. The key roles are employee center admin, playbook writer, and playbook experience admin. As I've mentioned before, you can start with high impact processes, design the decision trees, and integrate with existing topics. You don't have to go all in, like have a topic header or a widget on the topic page. You can start with as simple as a quick link on a home page or one of the topic pages to see how it's performing. And you can track all of this in the user analytics and see how you can make those changes. And finally, you can add more as you start seeing results. Okay. Over to you, Smriti.
Thank you,
Before we
Pa.
go to the slide, Smriti, let's just go back. Um, One more thing that I think we should cover here. Um, Pavan, could you talk about when somebody upgrades Employee Center, do they have to separately download these applications? Because that's often confusing. And also, what is the experience when they download this? What would be the steps required to actually see a guided self-service? So what comes out of box pre-implemented, if anything? Can you just cover that a little bit?
Yeah. So one, so you have to install the plugin. So employee guided self-service and employee center comes as a different plugin. It is not available out of the box with employee center, but that plugin can be installed separately. And once you install that application, you'll start to see guided self-service. You will see guided self-service and employee center. So out of the box, we have built two guided self-service processes, one for time off and benefits. So these are not added, they are not visible on your home page or anything until and unless you add them. So you have to, again, for this to show up on the portal, they have to add this as there as a quick link or add the widget on the topic page. Only then they'll be visible. Until then, they can take this, you take them as a reference in the subprod. They can make any of the changes, create new guided self-service process, and they can push them. They can take this as an update set to the production.
Then there's another question, the when you showed that, the knowledge article opens in the same page, is there a way to configure it such that it opens in a different tab?
No, currently it only opens in the same tab.
Right. Um, and then is this ADA compliant, accessibility?
Yeah, we have gone the accessibility, but I think it is we've passed the basic test.
Okay. And then a common question that is coming is that, is there a way to connect this with journeys? Any thoughts or questions on that?
Right now, it is not possible to connect it with journeys.
Okay.
Any
And
more
then,
questions on this? Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
one more question. So, like in the last answer, I'm guessing, so question is that can we send user to a link that is to a
Yes,
third party system? So like that you can do, right?
yes, they can do it.
Okay, awesome. I think we have covered all of the questions that I see. Awesome. Let's go ahead.
Okay. Over to you, Smriti.
Thanks, Pavan, for the enlightening session. For additional help, we do have a ton of resources available on Employee Center Community Product Hub. The link is available on the screen. We do have product demos, feature demos, other academy sessions, FAQs, other events you could register or get plugged into, trainings that could help you ramp up to Employee Center in a better manner, and implementation guide, and many more articles and release blogs and so on. So please do explore the EC Community Product Hub. If you haven't had a chance to register for other events, we do have ongoing cadences for office hours and the roadmap webinars. We have upcoming employee centered deployment office hours. The next session is on 26th November at 9 a.m. We cover any or all of employee centered deployment related questions in this session. You can bring up your sessions, connect with other folks who have similar experiences as you have. Then we have for employee communications, we have a separate office hour session that Corey Limon drives. The next one is scheduled for December 5th. Then I do want to call out separately our roadmap webinars. The Q4 sessions are scheduled for December 3rd and December 4th, respectively. You'll see the registration link drop in the chat panel shortly. I know most of you are much awaiting on the roadmap sessions to kind of understand what is it we are coming up with new enhancements and capabilities. The next one is going to be super lit, so please do stay tuned. Moving on, the next session or the next month session is for the Employee Center Academy is on content analytics for communication content. So essentially, we'll be covering the content analytics for content publishing items, quite specifically the content engagement analytics. So this is going to cover the most requested capabilities related to content analytics. The next session is scheduled for 18 December. We do hope all of you will be back with us again next month. Hopefully, this session has been helpful. If you still have any questions unresolved, we are there on call for the next 5 minutes or so. Please feel free to come off mute or raise your hands and ask your questions right away. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.